The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, or ATF, is a federal agency. It enforces laws related to firearms, explosives, and other regulated products. The ATF has faced criticism from gun rights advocates for decades. Critics argue the ATF oversteps its boundaries. They say it infringes on the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. Calls to dismantle the ATF have grown louder in recent years. This is due in part to controversial ATF actions. These actions include raids on gun owners and changes to firearm regulations. The potential dismantling of the ATF is a complex issue. It ignites passionate debate on both sides. Gun owners, particularly those who feel burdened by regulations, see it as a victory for their rights. They believe it will lead to less government intrusion in their lives. However, gun control advocates fear the opposite. They worry that dismantling the ATF will create a dangerous void in oversight. This void, they argue, could lead to more gun violence. Proponents of dismantling the ATF see several potential benefits. First, they believe it would restore respect for the Second Amendment. They argue the ATF has chipped away at this right with its regulations and enforcement actions. Second, they anticipate a reduction in government overreach. They feel the ATF has become too powerful. They want to see its power curbed. Third, some gun owners believe that agencies like the FBI could handle ATF responsibilities more consistently and fairly. They argue that the FBI's larger size and broader mandate would lead to less focus on targeting gun owners. Finally, they hope that transferring ATF functions to other agencies would streamline processes. This would make it easier for law-abiding citizens to purchase, own, and use firearms. Despite the perceived benefits, dismantling the ATF also presents potential drawbacks. One major concern is the risk of enforcement gaps during the transition period. As responsibilities shift to new agencies, there is a chance that some things could fall through the cracks. This could lead to an increase in illegal gun trafficking or other criminal activity. Another challenge is resource allocation. Agencies taking over ATF functions would need adequate funding and manpower to handle their new tasks. Without sufficient resources, enforcement efforts could be hampered. Additionally, there is uncertainty about future regulations and enforcement. It is unclear how agencies like the FBI would interpret and enforce existing gun laws, or if new laws would be passed to fill any regulatory gaps. The debate over the ATF's future highlights the deep divisions in America regarding gun control. Gun rights advocacy groups like the Gun Owners of America and the National Rifle Association strongly support dismantling the ATF. They view it as a necessary step to protect the Second Amendment. They argue that the ATF has become an enemy of gun owners. They believe its elimination would remove a significant threat to their freedoms. On the other hand, gun control advocates view the potential dismantling of the ATF with alarm. Groups like Brady and individuals like Gabby Giffords, both strong proponents of stricter gun control, fear that such a move would lead to more gun violence. They argue that the ATF plays a vital role in keeping guns out of the wrong hands. They believe that weakening or eliminating the agency would have dire consequences for public safety.